So I'm currently waiting for someone to turn up with a brooch that they want me to bless. And every so often this happens. The coolest thing I've ever blessed is a helicopter helmet, which is like worth like 500 grand, and it sits on someone's head, and they're incredible. But it raises the interesting question of what is blessing and why would somebody want it? So I haven't met the lady yet, just waiting. So somebody wants something blessed, I find, because they think that a divine power implants itself in that item, and therefore that item becomes really, really special and really, really powerful. And there's kind of biblical precedent where things are blessed, from people to land to oil to animals. There's quite a rich history. But it's done in a different way. It's not done in the fact that that thing becomes an idol. You see, an idol is something we look to for hope that eventually at the end of time rips us off. And so basically everything in life except Jesus is an unworthy idol. But Jesus is a true God who we can put our trust in, because at the end of time, when everything else runs out of steam, he will still be there. And so people have these trinkets, these items that, let's say it's this, and they say, can you come and bless? And then they end up worshiping this and holding this, and this is the sacred thing. But it's only sacred because God imbues his presence to it. Now, in the context of a brooch, what are we actually asking? So when the lady turns up, I'm not thinking that somehow this little brooch that she has is going to have this supernatural power to be able to do all these incredible things, or even that if it's with her, God's with her. If it's not, God's not. But it's a great opportunity to pray for someone, to pray God's blessing on them, to talk to them about faith and life and what brought them to this point, but also to help them realize that the brooch, the thing we bless, is actually a conduit to God. And so through that, we can know God and be reminded of God and trust in God. That if I trust in my brooch, I'm going to be greatly disappointed. But if I trust in the God who bestows his blessing upon me, upon my brooch, then I find hope. And I think it's an interesting conundrum we're in this day and age, where people like to put their hope in all sorts of things that are very unreliable, because the idea of it makes them feel good. And I think we actually need a bit more than ideas that make us feel good in this day and age. I think we need a truth. And for me, and the one I have seen time and time again come to the floor, is the truth is Jesus, because he gives us a freedom that no idol or brooch can ever give us. Anyway, be interested to see what you think about blessing stuff. And maybe you've been in the position where you've been asked to bless something, or somebody said, hey, do you know where I can get this thing blessed? And be fascinating to hear those stories. Down below, if you'd like to like and subscribe, that'd be cool, as we share some stories about what happens in church world. Thanks, everybody. Bye. So, interesting addendum to today's proceedings. She's never turned up. Maybe she realised that it was superstitious and that she was asking for something that wouldn't actually happen. Or maybe she just forgot. That's ministry life, that frequently you have appointments with people and they just forget, or they change their mind, they don't turn up, and they never tell you. But yeah, is what it is.